Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan here with another video for you, and today we're going to be looking at the much anticipated GTX580. I suppose you say anticipated. It's kind of been thrust upon us, but ever since the first leaks come out, everyone's been going completely bonkers for it. Now, just for all you guys that always say, shut up, show me, right, I'm going to shut up and show you. Right then guys, this is just to give you a close-up look of the card. Just lent in my light tent at the moment. Now, the next part of the video, I'm going to take the card apart and show you it all in pieces and break the cooler down. Because of the adult nature of the next part of the video, where you will see the PCB naked, we do need to go through an age verification process for those of you that are under 18. So all of those of you that are under 18, please smack yourself on the forehead in a facepalm styley. Once you've passed our verification, the nude part of the video will commence. Right then guys, here we are with the Zotac GTX580. I have already dismantled it, which is why it's looking a bit loose on the top. I basically wanted to give you like a live exploded diagram kind of thing, so you can see me taking it apart and see what's inside. So without further ado, I'll just crack the top straight off. There you can see the top, very basic shroud. One of the things to notice is that the card can only pull air in from the top. Everything's shrouded, and then when it does get exhausted out the back, there we go, exhaust out there. Then we go into the first stage of the card. Again, very simple. The one fan at the end. You can see the capacitors sticking up through. Some of the power faces you can see poking through here. And then this large lump of heatsink here, that's all part of the vapor chamber part of the heatsink. And if I move this out of the way, I'll show you what I mean. There's the main part of the heatsink. But if you have a look underneath here, you can see there's a little raised part. Well, essentially, there's fluid in there. As you can see, that's where they fill it up. And then it's not been leaking, by the way, just in case you're wondering what that is. It's just where I've had the I've taken the thermal paste off. But essentially the coolant boils and then condenses at the top when it hits the cold bit, and then goes back down. You end up with a cycle, so it boils away and then it condenses again and falls back to the bottom, so you have a like a cycle, very similar to the type of stuff that happens with the weather, where obviously the water evaporates away and then it rains back down. It's the same sort of thing, and it helps cool it. Have to admit, I was expecting there to be a lot bigger chamber, or extra, a deeper chamber, or maybe even some kind of heat pipes, like what you see in the Xbox 360 heat sinks, because they're vapor chamber as well. Anyway, that's that. So move that to one side. Look at the PCB again. Get your first glimpse of the GPU itself there. This is just a heatsink with the fan on it. If I can prise it away, as you can see that you've got the thermal pads there for everything. These being the RAM, and this is all part of the power regulators. Now on to the naked PCB, which is what everyone really wants to watch. It's the main chip itself with all the RAM around the outside. Moving along to the power end of the board. It's not a massive amount going on there really when you think about it. 8 pin and the 6 pin at the top. Capacitors squeezed right onto the outside. Nice big open area here. This on the 480 had the cutouts in it. Power regs there. And then I suppose what you call the messy stuff right at the other end. There we go then, lads and lasses. There's your GTX 580 all stripped down and naked. Right then, you've seen the card with its clothes on, you've seen the X-rated version with the card with its clothes off. I need to mention really that it is Zotac GTX580, and God bless them, because just for those of you that don't know, the NDAs have been slightly different in the UK. Basically, reference versions were allowed to go live on, what's today, Steve? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, right. Reference versions were allowed to go live on the Wednesday. All the vendor cards were not allowed to get posted out until today to go to the websites, like me for example. So I actually went to the Zotac public relations offices today, picked up the card and pretty much winged it back here to make the video. So there's the box. God bless Zotac, we're not going to be looking at that again. Down to the nitty gritty of the card, as I'm sure everyone out there has already got, looked into this. But essentially what they've done is they've taken the 480 core, they've unlocked the rest of the CUDA cores, so it's now got 512 CUDA cores. They've done a few tweaks here and there to try and get the heat down. They have cheated with Thermark, because we all were testing the 480 with Thermark. Pretty much as soon as you hit 480 with Thermark, temperatures went through the roof and the card became a screaming banshee. Well, NVIDIA have been quite clever, because what they've done, we're running 3D Mark here at the moment and it's getting to all of the hot parts and the fans are starting to spin up. But anyway, what they've done with the 580 is they've put a little bit of software in there, or a little bit of hardware in there, that realises that you've turned Thermark on and it reduces all the clocks and temperatures so it doesn't get that hot. So it's a very cheeky one really when you think about it. But what we always used to do is set our fans to 50%. And if you did 50% on the 480 and run Thermark or play Crisis Warhead, you'll understand why in a minute, within 2 minutes drivers would have capped out, it would have crashed, do you know what I mean, overheated, shut itself down. With the 580, obviously we can't run Thermark, but we can run Crisis, set it to 50%. After about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, it hits 98 degrees and the fans hit 100%, bring the temperatures back down. But it doesn't crash, so it's better. But, to be quite honest with you, that may sound really bad, but if you leave the fans on auto, it's actually pretty good. And not being funny, I had my biggest bother boots on, steel toe caps, sharpened needle, knives on the end, everything, ready to give this a kick in as far as the fan was concerned, but it's much, much better. And I'd love to give NVIDIA a thumbs up for finally sorting it out, but to be quite honest with you, the actual design of the cooler ain't that complex. I don't think it's taken a whole team of engineers, like, their whole working lives to work out how to design that cooler. Why couldn't you have done this to start off with? And the only thing I can think is NVIDIA fanboys, it's 480, but it's really bad. No, it don't matter, it's got an NVIDIA badge on it, I'm going to go and buy it anyway. NVIDIA 580, they make it a bit better. It's got an NVIDIA badge on it, I'm going to go and buy it anyway. Even if I've got a 480, I'll just sell it and go and buy another one. And how many of you out there have actually thought already, I'm going to sell my 480 and buy this? But for those of you that are like newcomers and looking for something new rather than to replace the 480 that's made to death, it is a much better card. There is still room for improvement, but we say that with every card. Now, it's gone quiet at the moment because it's doing the the physics bit, so it's not really stressing any of it. But it is much better performance wise. I'll give you a quick scoop because we're going to play you some games, and I don't care if you think I talk too much, then brilliant. I've got verbal diarrhea. I've had about 20 cups of coffee today. Performance wise, 29,900 in 3D Mark Vantage P-score. Our card doesn't seem to overclock very well. There's no voltage options on the Zotac, and the most we've been able to get out of it is 835 core, excuse me, which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you're looking at about 30,800 or about 31,000 in 3D Mark P-score when overclocked. It does get a bit warm when overclocked with the stock cooler, but to be quite honest with you, with 29,000 3D marks, you know what I mean? The card's not short of testicles, you know what I mean? It's got some big kahunas dangling away there. But I'm going to stop chit-chatting. I've pretty much kidnapped Mr. Strawberry again from the OC3D and ARIA forums. Yes, he is getting slightly famous now. People are asking for his autograph in the street. So, way too much coffee. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. We're going to show you a few games, but I am going to do a completely separate video without my ugly mug, just of gameplay. So once you've watched this, go and find the other one. If it's not there, then I'm still uploading it, but it is coming. Yeah, I'm going to be quiet. Right then guys, just a quick one to show you the gameplay. This is gamer settings 0AA. I'm not going to play it like this for long and then I'll crank it up. As you can hear, the fans on the card, they're on auto, but it's starting to speed up a bit now. You can see the frames per second have not really gone below 50. I can't play this game for toffee. Right, now what I'm going to do is just go into the options quickly. Set everything to enthusiast. Turn the anti-aliasing right up. Resume the game right, so now we're on maximum quality, 16 times AA, enthusiast settings, and now I'm going to go and get dead. First dead. Anyway, I know I've not got much time left on the video now. It died again. See, I'm really not very good at this, guys. Please make sure that you come back for part 2, where we're going to do some Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay. We're going to do some Metro gameplay, and I'm sure I can throw in some other benchmarks and stuff as well. But if you fancy a laugh, seeing how bad I am, but how good the frames per second are, then make sure you come back for part 2.